Hey, what is up guys? Raven here, and well, I kind of talked about that topic many times on my stream. We had those conversations on Discord, but I decided to finally go and record a video about the Players Cup and what are my feelings towards it, because I get that question many times, and that question is, hey Raven, are you playing Players Cup? Hey Raven, what do you think about Players Cup? Raven, the Players Cup, the Players Cup, the Players... Blah, blah, blah. So, what is the Players Cup in Pokemon trading card game? Well, so the Players Cup is actually, kind of interesting way of putting competitive, and I use quotes over here, and I'll explain later why. So it's a way of actually putting the competitive scene, or quote unquote, into PTCGO by Pokemon themselves, right? By the TPCI. And the way to do that is add, you got a whole month of June where you actually do and play events, and by playing events you get tournament reputation, and depending on how much tournament reputation you've earned, well, you actually, top 256 from Europe and like other regions are going to get into the stage 2 in July, and 128 from Oceania, which is counted only New Zealand and Australia. That's the Oceania, that's because they kind of got that disclaimer. So let's go with on the plus side. So this is the first time Pokemon is doing something like that, and I don't want to discourage anyone. If you feel like playing, go for it. You definitely should play if you feel like, because if we're not going to participate, because we're kind of in between Amma and an Anvil, because if we're not going to play, we might discourage Pokemon from doing events in the Pokemon trading card game online, which this game really does need, especially right now, because we do need that online play where we can't go to our local game stores and play, depending on, of course, our country's policies, right? Like, for example, here I can't go and play, and as well, the TPCI also said that there's going to be no Pokemon play until September, I believe. So that is kind of a problem, right? And and people do want to go back to the groove of playing the game. So you do have those, right? The events. My problem starts with the fact that those are events you have to play, and you need tickets to play that. And everything would be cool if you will be able, like all the days, right, like 2 years ago, go and purchase those tickets. Because normally, 2 years ago, there was I believe $5 for 10 tickets, or like for 20, I don't remember. There was a price. You could have actually go and purchase. But right now, all you can do is literally just play a ladder, dailies, and every 5th day you get a 1. That's not a lot, and this is really not a lot, especially that when the new set comes, in the events you have the tradable packs from the new set, so people do actually use those tickets to get there, right, and to play there. A lot of people just don't care about those events and they just store the coins. But in general, you got an environment where, on one hand, we want to support that event, and I'm like, hands-on, go and play. But on the other hand, it does not create who is the most competitive player, who is the best player, who has the best deck, who has this. This is not tournament. This is literally a grind that is a little bit unfair to people that were actually playing the game in the last 3 months, let's say, or just created their account because of Steve Carino. And I know you guys oh, what about Ravens? Okay, listen, if you would create an account, let's say Steve Carino happened, you can't play IRL, you go and you create 3 months ago the account. Assuming you're playing every single day, let's say you have 150, 200 tickets. I'm going to be generous, I'm going to say 300. This gives you, if you would lose everything, it gives roughly maybe 40, 50 points. Never mind. But keep that, okay, no, never mind. Let's keep that 300. So let's say you will be able to get 100 per month. But then at the same time, you got players that never used those tickets, or purchased literally a ton of them way back. So they have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4, 9. Like, you've got those thousands of tickets, right? Like, you know, a great example is my good friend Rema, which Rem, if you're watching it, please win that. I know you can do it. Like, you know, he didn't play it, so he didn't play events a lot, so he has like 1,200, 300 when the month started. So even if he's gonna lose everything, he's gonna be at higher rank than a person that, you know, has only 300. This kind of creates this really weird environment where you might want to play, but you just can't. It's a little bit... Do I feel like it's unfair? Yes, it kind of is unfair to the newer players or to people that, well, don't have, you know, enough tickets. Does it promote, you know, people that, you know, it's not even like that. I think, you know, it does kind of promote, you know, people that were not playing, you know, events for the whole, like, you know, years, or just like paid back then, and now they finally have something to burn off the tickets. And this comes, you know, this goes to my next point. I do honestly feel like they just done that for the whole month so people can go and burn the tickets. It's not like, you know, you can just... Well, you still go and burn those tickets, but if you have like 1,300, you know, 2,000, you're not gonna spend your entire ticket collection on events. You're gonna be like, yeah, you know, dude, come on, those are thousands of tickets. I don't care. So you never had, you know, actually motivation to burn those, to use those, right? And now you can burn them. You can just go through them and qualify for next round. Which is, again, you know, good and bad. It's good because, like, if they want to do something, it's the best case scenario for people not to get, like, upset. Because if they would create something new or, like, if, let's say they create something new and it's like, yeah, you know what, the ticket stays on the old account, people would be mad. If they would take those tickets away from people would be mad. Now, they found a really weird way to do that, and I feel like the execution is really poor. But, you know, now whoever has the most tickets will be able to qualify. At least they should have enabled, like, you know, purchasing. But what I'm saying is, the idea is great that they're doing those tournaments, but the execution is so poor. It literally cuts down like half of the players, because, you know, people do play them, right? You know, normally every single day they have fun, but like it cuts down, you know, the player base by half. So we're at this moment where they could have actually said, like, hey, listen, we're gonna do 3 events for free that you can play per day, additional 2 per day with tickets that will count as the ones for tournament reputation. Everything above that, so above 5 total per day, we're not counting. Or, like, let's just do a separate tab and be like, okay, those are the free ones, no rewards at all, but everyone can play and see what happens. Let's see how many players we got. Let's see how many people will actually join in. Right now in Europe we have around 900 players that played. And you're already, if you have, you know, less than 40 points, you're already, you know, in 300s. I don't know, man. Like, this is really, I don't want to sound like, you know, someone who's like annoyed, or like it's, you know, it's I don't want to say the word bitching, but it's kind of like that, right? Like moaning, yawning, you know, bitching about it. But I honestly feel this is just a way to burn tickets. I know there's another prize, I know there's something better, but I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Is this a good, you know, way to do those tournaments and do those events? Or right now they will just go and discourage people of doing events in general, and everyone's gonna keep storing the coins because they might do another event like that. So you don't want to have this extra advantage, you're gonna go that extra mile for it. I really want to hear your opinion on that, because, like, you know mine. I think this is just so people can burn tickets. I think it's a bit unfair for the people that just started their accounts, or like started their accounts 3 months ago, and it's kind of unbalanced in that sense, right? That even though there are players that would love to play, they already, even if they would go and start playing right now, they know they're gonna get, they're not gonna hit those numbers to qualify for July. So let me know in the comment section what do you think about that, because I do want to hear it. I do want to hear your opinion on that topic. Of course, well, we're gonna talk about it more live probably on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Take care. Braven out. Bye.